Hi guys, let's get started. We're going to start working through the next theme in the textbook, which is theme 7. It's called Across the Sea, and we're working with your Platinum English for grade 6. We're going to start working from page 79, and the work we're going to be doing is page 80. In this theme, you're going to be practicing listening and speaking, reading, writing, and language. Starting off, we're going to read some excerpts or parts from a novel. You already know that novels are books that contain a made-up story. Novels have a storyteller, characters, a plot, and a setting. So here are some questions to think about. What kinds of novels do you enjoy? What is the best novel you've ever read? If you were going to write a novel, what did you write about? You're going to work with extracts from a novel called Kensuke's Kingdom by Michael Morpurgo. It's about a boy called Michael and his dog called Stella and his mum and dad. Let's do some pre-reading before we begin. Look at the cover of the novel on the top left-hand side. What do you think this novel is about? Look at this illustration from the book. From looking at the cover and the illustration, what genre do you think the book is? What style? Can you guess what's going to happen? You're going to listen to an excerpt from a novel called Kensuke's Kingdom by Michael Morpurgo. After you listen, there are questions on the slides that follow. The story itself is not in your textbook, but the questions are on page 80 if you prefer using your textbook instead of looking at slides. If you're unable to listen using your device, then you can read the transcripts on the next 2 slides. Extract 1 from Kensuke's Kingdom, February 7. We're hundreds of miles out in the Indian Ocean, and then this happens. Stella hardly ever comes up on deck unless it's flat calm. I don't know why she came up. I don't know why she was there. We were all busy, I suppose. Dad was brewing down in the galley, and Mum was at the wheel. I was doing one of my navigation lessons, taking bearing with the sextant. The Peggy Sue was pitching and rolling a bit, and I had to steady myself. I looked up, and I saw Stella up at the bow of the boat. One moment she was just standing there, the next she was gone. We had practiced the man overboard drill dozens of times back in the Solent with Barnacle Bill. Shout and point. Keep shouting. Keep pointing. Turn into the wind. Get the sails down quick. Engine on. By the time Dad had the mainsail and the jib down, we were already heading back toward her. I was doing the pointing and the shouting too. She was paddling for her life in the green of a looming wave. Dad was leaning over the side and reaching for her, but he didn't have his safety harness on, and Mom was going mad. She was trying to bring the boat in close and as slow as she could, but a wave took Stella away from us at the last moment. We had to turn and come back again. All the time I was pointing and shouting. 3 times we came in, but each time we passed her by. Either we were going too fast or she was out of reach. She was weak by now. She was hardly paddling. She was going under. We had one last chance. We came in again, perfectly this time, and close enough for Dad to be able to reach out and grab her. Between the 3 of us, we managed to haul Stella back into the boat by her collar, by her tail. I got a well done monkey face from Dad, and Dad got a huge rollicking from Mum for not wearing a safety harness. Dad just put his arms around her, and she cried. Stella shook herself and went below as if nothing at all had happened. Mum has made a strict rule. Stella Otta is never to go out on deck, whatever the weather, without a safety harness clipped on, like the rest of us. Dad's going to make one for her. Right, so make sure that you understand more or less what's going on in the story. Remember, it's an excerpt, so it is part of a larger text. Questions are on page 80, or you can work from the slide. You can pause and have a look. Answer in full sentences. You can divide your page in 2 if you like, with a space for answers and then for corrections and elaboration. Number 1. What were the people on the boat doing when Stella fell overboard? 2. How did they save Stella? 3. Do you think this is a close, loving family or not? Give reasons. 4. What is the main message of the excerpt? And you can choose from those below. 5. Give the excerpt a title. So you're going to make up your own title that's relevant. And 6. Compare this event with an experience in your own life. For example, something dangerous that has happened to you or someone you know. Or write about a time when you felt helpless in a situation. Well done. Next time we will check your answers and we'll write some corrections and elaboration. And after that, we'll start working on some language practice on page 81 of your textbook. Well done.